Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated performance sedans of the year, the 2026 BMW M3. Whether you're a lifelong BMW enthusiast or just beginning to explore the world of high-performance sports sedans, this car demands attention. With significant design updates, tech improvements, and even more fine-tuned performance dynamics, the 2026 M3 might just be the most complete version yet. So sit back, relax, and let's take a full tour through every detail that matters. Right? From the front, BMW's design direction is unmistakable. The large kidney grilles are still here, but slightly more refined than the previous generation. They've been reshaped subtly to feel more integrated and less polarizing. Flanking those grilles are slimmer, more aggressive laser headlights with adaptive matrix functionality, giving the car a futuristic glare that says it's ready to pounce. The carbon fiber front splitter now comes as standard on the competition. Model and new air intakes are both functional and sculpted to improve cooling and aerodynamics. Every line in the front fascia feels sharper, tighter, and more purposeful. Moving along the side, you start to appreciate the proportions. This year, BMW's given the M3 a slightly lower stance with wider arches to emphasize the performance. DNA. The 2026 model sits on new forged alloy wheels 19 inches up front and 20 inches in the rear, with a staggered setup that gives it a proper rear-wheel drive character, even if you opt for the X-Drive all-wheel drive system. The subtle carbon fiber side mirror caps, the flared fenders, and the optional M Shadowline trim all come together to give the M3 that race-bred, yet still business-appropriate look. It walks the line between Track Monster and Executive Express. From the rear, the updates are even more noticeable. The taillights now feature a 3D sculpted LED design that adds depth and a high-tech look. A new rear diffuser sits lower and more aggressively in the bumper, framing the signature quad exhaust pipes. And yes, that raspy, snarling note from the inline-six still sings beautifully. Now enhanced with active flaps that open up when you push it into sport mode. A carbon fiber rear lip spoiler rounds out the package, helping not just with looks, but also with high-speed stability. Inside, BMW continues to push the envelope. The 2026 M3 now features the latest iteration of BMW's curved display system, combining a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster with a massive Colite quiz, with a massive central infotainment screen all under one seamless piece of glass. The new iDrive 9 operating system is more responsive than ever and now includes customizable widgets, over-the-air updates, and voice recognition that actually works when you need it. The seating is another story of refinement. Standard M Sport seats offer support that feels ready for the Nürburgring. But for those wanting the ultimate track experience, you can opt for the carbon bucket seats. They're lighter, lower, and look like they belong in a DTM car. Materials are everywhere: merino leather, open-pore carbon fiber, and even Alcantara if you spec the right packages. Ambient lighting can now be synced with driving modes, and new trim options allow you to tailor the cabin to feel either sporty or sophisticated. Under the hood, you still get the legendary S58 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline-six, but it's been tweaked. The standard M3 now produces 503 horsepower, while the competition X-Drive model pushes closer to 530, thanks to revised turbo tuning and better cooling. Torque delivery is instant, peaking at around 479 pounds-feet, and 0 to 60 times dip into the low 3-second range with X-Drive equipped. Rear-wheel drive is still available for the purists. And the manual transmission. Yes, it still exists, is offered on the base M3 and rear drive competition. The chassis is where this car really shines. Adaptive M suspension adjusts in real time to road conditions, and the steering has been retuned for better feedback. There's also a new track mode that dials back the electronic aids and gives you more control, perfect for those who like to dance on the edge. Brakes. Massive carbon ceramics are available, but even the standard compound brakes offer fade-free performance lap after lap in terms of pricing. The 2026 BMW M3 starts at around $36,000 for the standard model with a manual transmission. The competition trim adds about $8,000, and if you want XDRIVE, you're looking at just over $90,000 fully loaded. Tack on carbon brakes, special paint, M driver's package, and you could push north of $100,000 pretty quickly. But in this segment, that's becoming the norm, and you really are getting a lot of car for the money. So, is the 2026 BMW M3 worth it? If you're someone who values driving dynamics, wants the flexibility of 4 doors, and still enjoys putting your foot down on the weekends, this car is hard to beat. It's not just about raw numbers, it's about how it makes you feel behind the wheel. There's an authenticity to the M3 that other sports sedans often try to imitate but rarely match. It blends tradition and innovation in a way that very few performance cars do anymore. My only real suggestion: decide early whether you want this as a daily driver or a weekend warrior. If it's the former, maybe lean into the comfort settings, skip the carbon buckets, and go with the X-Drive for year-round usability. If it's the latter, go rear-wheel drive, grab the stick shift, and let it rip. That wraps up our in-depth review of the 2026 BMW M3. Let me know in the comments, would you spec it for comfort or performance? Do you think BMW made the right changes this year, or would you prefer they stuck closer to tradition? If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more deep dive reviews just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.